Have you ever had a loved one share a quip that made you uneasy, but when you addressed it, they shrugged it off as trivial? Or have you faced moments where minor errors occurred just when you needed everything to go smoothly, leaving you puzzled about the cause? If any of this sounds familiar, you'll want to stay until this video's end. Today, we're revealing the covert signals of subtle animosity that often go unnoticed, domineering actions masked as care, quiet rivalry, and those jests that aren't truly amusing. But we're not just sharing information, we're inviting you to be part of the learning process. By recognizing these patterns, you can safeguard your tranquility and handle relationships with insight, especially as we grow older and seek support, not undermining. You'll want to know the main indicators, so watch until the end to learn how to identify them and regain control of your emotional health. Before we start, I'd be grateful if you liked this video. You can help me keep sharing these aging lessons. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and activate the notification bell to stay updated on all videos. If you enjoy this video, please comment 1. If you don't, comment 0 to let me know how I can improve. Now, let's dive in. The first sign is disdain cloaked as wit. This subtle aggression can be hard to spot because it often hides behind humor or playfulness. People harboring resentment but avoiding direct conflict may use sarcastic remarks, pointed jabs, or sharp wit to express their negativity. They often target deeply personal or sensitive topics, fully aware their words will sting. Yet when you challenge them about the unease their comments, they dismiss it with phrases like, "I was only kidding," "Don't be so sensitive," or "You can't handle a joke." This reaction adds to the confusion, as they present themselves as merely joking without harmful intent. The challenge with this behavior is that it creates unease without openly confronting you, making you question if you're overreacting or if there's truth in their words. They hide behind humor, making it tough to discern their true emotions. However, repeated witty remarks, especially targeting sensitive areas, should raise a warning. If the jests consistently make you feel diminished, embarrassed, or weakened, and they focus on the same vulnerabilities, it's no longer just humor, it's subtle hostility. In such situations, it's important to assertively communicate your feelings and set boundaries to protect your emotional well-being. This behavior can also be viewed through psychological theory. Jung suggested that our shadow, the parts of ourselves we deny or ignore, tends to be projected onto others in subtle, unconscious ways. When someone repeatedly uses wit or sarcasm to target aspects of your character, it may reveal their internal struggles. Their constant mockery is less about you and more about their inability to face their flaws. These individuals may grapple with low self-worth, insecurities, or unresolved issues. Instead of confronting these, they deflect by projecting their shadow onto others, aiming to hide or lessen their discomfort. In essence, disdain cloaked as it is a perilous sign of hidden animosity because it strikes unexpectedly, disguised as harmless humor while quietly eroding your self-esteem. It's vital to recognize when these jests aren't innocent, but rather a subtle form of emotional manipulation or even bullying aimed at belittling you under the guise of humor. The second sin is covert, undermining, a subtle yet potent force that can derail your progress without noticing. This sabotage happens when someone close, who should be supportive, feels threatened by your achievements or growth. Sabotage isn't always an obvious attack. Sometimes it's far more discreet, hidden in seemingly harmless actions or words. Someone threatened by your success may use subtle tactics to hinder you, such as giving misleading guidance, misrelating critical details, or creating small, seemingly innocent errors. When these errors pile up, they can significantly impact your ability to achieve your goals, especially at pivotal moments. For instance, a friend or a relative might forget to share vital information, omit key details, or create obstacles that complicate your path. At first, this might seem like mere forgetfulness or accidental oversights. But when these incidents occur regularly, especially at crucial times, you may wonder if they're truly random. It's wise to step back and evaluate the pattern of these events and whether an underlying motive might be at play. Jung suggests that when someone lacks the courage to face their failures, they may unconsciously project their frustrations onto others. This projection can manifest as an unconscious desire to hold others back, particularly if they see someone succeeding where they haven't. This behavior often stems from inadequacy and a need to improve by hindering others' progress. By undermining your success, they shield themselves from the painful realization that they haven't reached their potential. The key to spotting covert sabotage is observing the consistency of these behaviors. If you notice patterns during important moments, it may be time to question whether these actions are coincidental or intentional. Recognizing this sabotage, whether deliberate or not, can help you protect your goals and empower you to move forward despite obstacles. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment 1 below to let me know you're still with me. We truly appreciate your time and commitment to understanding these important concepts. Thank you for your precious time. By recognizing these signs and understanding the underlying dynamics, you can take steps to protect your emotional health and maintain healthy relationships. The third sign involves quiet rivalry, a subtle but telling behavior. Some people struggle to accept your success and, instead of celebrating it, feel driven to surpass you. It's as if every achievement you gain prompts them to shift the focus from you to themselves. Often, they downplay your accomplishments or minimize their importance. For example, suppose you share good news, like a work promotion or an award, instead of congratulating you. In that case, they might mention their own experiences or achievements, quickly redirecting the conversation to their life. Or, when you share a success, they may announce their own, often claiming something similar or better. This response isn't always overt, but the message is clear. They feel compelled to compete, detracting from your moment. At its core, this silent rivalry stems from deep insecurities. Those engaging in this behavior can't bear seeing you succeed because it highlights their feelings of inadequacy. Their need to outdo you isn't about genuine competition, but protecting their fragile self-worth. Remember, recognizing these signs is the first step to regaining control of your emotional health and relationships. Psychologists like Jung argue that this behavior can stem from shadow projection, where people project qualities onto others that they can't develop in themselves. For instance, someone feeling inferior may resent you for having qualities, achievements, or successes they lack, leading them to belittle or compete with you as a defense mechanism. This constant effort to outshine you is often a way to avoid facing their struggles with self. If every interaction feels like a contest, unexpressed resentment and unresolved feelings of inadequacy are likely brewing beneath the surface. The fourth sign is superficial encouragement, where people secretly harboring negativity toward you mask their true feelings with empty gestures of support. They may appear supportive, offering help or encouragement, but their actions reveal deeper indifference. When you face challenges, they minimize the situation's severity or make excuses for not helping. They may respond weakly as if fulfilling a social obligation, but their reluctance to engage is evident. This behavior is especially noticeable during key moments when you need support or celebrate a victory. In tough times, they may be conveniently too busy or distracted, unable to offer the help they need. Conversely, when you succeed, their reaction is often lackluster or absent, with half-hearted congratulations that feel hollow, as if they're just going through the motions. This could also show downplaying your achievements or shifting focus away from your success. This lack of genuine emotional investment can be hard to spot initially, but their consistent indifference to your life's highs and lows becomes clear. Over time, if someone close is repeatedly unavailable during significant events or their responses to your successes are muted or forced, they may not truly hold positive feelings toward you. Jung spoke of ego dissociation, where some individuals are emotionally detached, unable to connect or offer true support. This emotional distance can appear as coldness, a lack of empathy, and difficulties celebrating others' victories, or providing comfort in tough times. Ultimately, their seemingly supportive actions reveal a deeper detachment that hinders authentic, caring relationships. The fifth sign is dominance disguised as concern. Some people may try to control your life by wanting what's best for you. At first, their actions may seem caring, offering advice, sharing opinions, or suggesting what's best for your health, relationships, or choices. However, closer inspection reveals that their behavior is far from supportive. They often dictate what you should do, criticize every decision, and subtly or overtly undermine your confidence, questioning your ability to decide for yourself. Their true intent isn't to help, but to make you feel reliant on them, gradually eroding your autonomy and keeping you under their influence. This behavior is particularly insidious because it's cloaked in apparent care. They may say, "I'm just watching out for you," or "I only want what's best." But the effect is a loss of self-confidence and independence. It can be hard to detect initially, especially since their actions may seem well-intentioned. However, a key indicator is how you feel after interacting with them. If every piece of advice or help leaves you feeling more uncertain, doubtful, or insecure rather than empowered, you may be dealing with a manipulative person aiming to control. Jung argued that the desire to dominate others often stems from a deep fear of internal chaos. Those unable to manage their emotional instability seek to control others' lives to avoid facing their uncertainties. They project their need for order onto others, hoping that they can find stability or relief from their inner conflicts by managing those around them. If you notice this pattern, recognize it for what it is: control disguised as care. Reclaim your autonomy. True care doesn't undermine your ability to think and act for yourself. True support leaves you feeling empowered and secure, not dependent or confused. The sixth sign is the spread of criticism and rumors. People harboring negativity toward you are rarely direct about it. Instead, they channel their dissatisfaction by talking behind you, spreading criticism, and distorting information about you. This approach is especially harmful because it operates in the shadows, often affecting you indirectly without your awareness. The effects may not be clear until you notice changes in how others treat you. Friends or colleagues who were once warm may start avoiding you or acting colder without explanation, leaving you confused. You're likely experiencing the fallout from someone intentionally spreading false or exaggerated rumors about you. This gossip is a powerful tool for those aiming to harm your reputation, subtly eroding your public image and leaving you vulnerable to others' judgment. Over time, these rumors can cause social and professional isolation as they spread unchecked. Jung explained that the need to discredit others often stems from an unconscious attempt to project one's insecurities onto them. People feeling inferior or dissatisfied may try to ease their inadequacy by casting others negatively. Their critical remarks and gossip often reflect their fears, self-doubt, or frustrations. The more intensely someone criticizes you, the more likely they deflect attention from their issues or shortcomings. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment below to let me know you're still with me. Thank you for your valuable time. The seventh sign is a lack of delight in your achievements. People who truly care about you will show genuine joy when you accomplish something significant. They support you through challenges and celebrate your victories, appreciating your success as a positive part of your life. Their joy is authentic, reflecting their desire to see you thrive. However, others' reactions to your accomplishments tell a different story. These individuals may hold grudges, harbor unresolved resentment, or struggle with envy. While they may try to maintain a neutral or polite demeanor, their true feelings often leak through in subtle ways. You can spot them by their cold, indifferent responses saying "that's nice," without warmth or enthusiasm, quickly changing the subject to avoid discussing your success, or downplaying your achievements with comments like, "it's not a big deal," or "I did something similar before." These reactions suggest that instead of being happy for you, they're uncomfortable or resentful about your success. Jung explained that the inability to feel joy for others' accomplishments often stems from unresolved internal conflicts. When someone can't celebrate your success, it may be because your achievements highlight their feelings of inadequacy or failure. Seeing you succeed may emphasize where they feel they've fallen short, making it hard for them to appreciate your victories genuinely. Instead, they minimize your success to soothe your insecurities. Their words, like "you could have done better" or "it's not that impressive," carry an underlying tone of frustration with themselves. This lack of enthusiasm isn't about you, but reflects their struggles or unmet desires. If you notice someone struggling to celebrate your victories, showing frustration, detachment, or passive-aggressive behavior, they're likely dealing with unresolved emotions. Their inability to share your joy reflects their internal battles, not their worth or accomplishments. Understanding this can help you navigate these relationships thoughtfully, recognizing their reactions are more about them than you. The eighth sign involves nonverbal cues and subtle details that often go unnoticed but reveal much about someone's true feelings. Hidden resentment or hostility can show discreetly, often bypassing conscious awareness, and expressed not through words but through involuntary behaviors and signals. A glance at the wrong moment, a forced smile that doesn't reach the eyes, a sudden shift in expression, or a tense silence. These cues speak volumes without words. Many try to hide their emotions, but the body can't lie. The unconscious mind is more honest than the conscious one, and even if someone tries to conceal their feelings, subtle body language can betray them. For example, if someone pretends to be happy for you but feels hostile or jealous, you might notice their hands tense when you share a success or a slight change in their tone when offering a compliment. Their eyes may avoid yours at key moments, signaling discomfort or reluctance to connect. These small cues are often overlooked, but tell a deeper story than spoken words. Jung famously argued that the body and unconscious mind never lie. Even when someone tries to mask their emotions, the body's responses to real feelings can't be hidden. This makes nonverbal language a crucial tool for understanding relationship dynamics. If you sense tension, discomfort, or coldness in someone's behavior, trust your instincts. You may have picked up on a signal your conscious mind struggles to explain. Recognizing these signals requires attention and sensitivity, but once you're attuned to the body's hidden language, it's easier to see through the facade. Words can deceive, but body language and subtle details reveal the unfiltered truth of emotions that words often fail to convey. Thank you so much for staying with me through this video. I truly value your time and attention. So, what have you learned? Which of these 8 signs was the most surprising, and how will you apply this knowledge daily? Have you noticed a specific behavior or subtle sign in others you're now more aware of? I'd love to hear your thoughts, reflections, or personal experiences. Please share one thing you'll put into practice based on today's insights in the comments below. It could be a sign you've recognized, a new understanding of human behavior, or a change in how you'll approach certain relationships. If you found this video valuable, please leave a like, share it with anyone who might benefit, and subscribe to our channel to stay updated on future content. By subscribing, you'll join a growing community exploring personal growth, psychological insights, and living with intention and mindfulness at every life stage. I'm excited to hear from you and continue this conversation. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.